Related to, atheism is a religion. By Ray Higgins. The Big Atheist. This is a response to the YouTube videos, Atheism is a Religion. By BionicDance, an atheist calls atheism a religion, by GrapplingIgnorance. When people argue about whether atheism is a religion or not, they are almost always arguing against two different definitions of the word atheism/atheist in society. First off, there is the classic dictionary definitions. Namely that atheism is the lack of a belief in God, the disbelief in God, or the belief that God does not exist. As such, it gives no other restrictions on the beliefs of atheists other than to say that they share a single belief about God. Religion or religious beliefs, on the other hand, is the set of beliefs and practices by which a person or group identify themselves or by others. Reality is atheism, theism, and agnosticism are really just a way we group or categorize a broader set of beliefs, which can be typically subdivided into specific religions/religious beliefs. You would not claim that theism is a specific religion or religious belief. Even deists, in general usage, has a set of beliefs and share a common identity that defines itself as a religious belief. Under this definition, atheism indeed cannot be a religion. The second usage of atheist/atheism references the collection of people that call themselves atheist. People who use this definition tend to see atheism as more than just a group that shares a single belief, but instead sees a community who share a whole suite of beliefs about skepticism, naturalism, science, and rational advocacy that dominate the popular atheist movement. While I have yet to see this usage in a dictionary, some atheists, most notably PZ Myers, do tend to advocate this usage. Moreover, many atheists will chastise other atheists who stray from orthodoxy of their atheism, especially as it relates to tolerance and support in various forms of nonsense. Depending on your definition of religion, you could easily argue that this group would constitute a religion or at least a set of religious beliefs, in that they share a common set of beliefs, doctrine, and identity, and are loosely organized, albeit in a very decentralized manner, and have established and recognizable leaders and advocates. Beyond just the issue of a definition of atheism, I think part of the problem is that many people, especially atheists, tend to associate religion only with the big, organized theistic religions, probably because they are the most visible and offensive examples to us. As we humans inevitably do, we want to assume that our beliefs are different from those we oppose on every level, and so any trait or structure attributed to them is automatically excluded from ourselves. We tend to assume that it is the notion of religion and not the beliefs and practices of that religion that is the real problem. Religions or religious beliefs do not have to deal with God, mysticism, supernaturalism, or any specific other piece of woo. Moreover, religions do not have to be hierarchical, rigid, homogeneous, inflexible, self-centered, and ignorant. Even within the theistic religions, these characteristics vary substantially. Now, many atheists using the dictionary definition like to argue that atheism is not a religion, like stamp collecting is not a hobby, or that baldness is not a hair color or hairstyle. Even though the conclusion in this argument may be true, and much like the people they arguing against, the actual argument is definitely a false dichotomy. You actually can have non-stamp collecting hobbies, and baldness is generally considered a hairstyle. For example, Sinead O'Connor, and if you go to get your hairstyle/cut and you tell them you want it bald, they will know what you mean. And hair color is an attribute of hairstyle that is not applicable to being bald, much like a weave is not applicable to a crew cut. Religions, or at least religious beliefs, can actually be theistic, atheistic, or agnostic. I would like to note that this whole debate springs from theists claiming that atheism is a religion, and the atheist community's response to dismiss it out of hand without really trying to address the claim. Theists argue that atheism is a religion in order to lump all atheists and any others group they oppose under a single banner, and to say all your criticism of our religion is false because you are just like us. When theists talk about atheism, they almost always are talking about the people that they identify as atheists and not about the dictionary definition. This is because they don't care about the specifics of our beliefs except as it relates to something they oppose. So when we atheists give our standard, non-stamp type argument, we appear to be playing a semantic game which does not address what they see as religious-like activities. The other main problem influencing this debate is the whole issue of what the atheist community calls themselves. The reality is we call ourselves atheist and lump all atheists into one group primarily because that is what theists call us, and it fits nicely with our self-identity as individuals and the fact that we have consisted mostly of individuals or small groups isolated within a theistic community throughout most of our history. It is only in the last 200 to 100 years, with the advent of a science-based outlook on reality, that the number of atheists have grown, and only in the last few decades, where we have become a distinct and visible community. The problem lies in that this distinct community of atheists, although organizing under various names, atheist, skeptic, freethinker, secular humanist, etc., the terms we use do not represent different set of beliefs, and the term atheist is still generally considered the moniker by which we identify ourselves and our beliefs. At some point, as the numbers of atheists grow, the beliefs of the atheist community will fragment, diversify, and compete as all belief systems do, and the need to differentiate ourselves will grow. Check out my blog at simpleatheist.blogspot.com.